we want to continue this whole franchise GOAT, greatest of all time, and we're going to move it over to the NBA. So what I want to do now is we're going to kick it off, like you said, Ben, with the NBA Central Division. That is the Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I figured, Chris, I might as well just make this very easy. We'll get
the Bulls out of the way.
We'll get this out of the way and just let people know that Artis Gilmore is on probably the Bulls Mount Rushmore, but he's not the one I'm going with. Number one, obviously, is Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls.
With all due respect to Dickie Simpkins.
With all due respect to Dickie Simpkins.
All respect to fill-in host, friend of the show, John Spider Sally, who stole a championship ring over there.
And you got Scottie Pippen, like I said, Artis Gilmore, Reggie Theus. They had some great players, but come on, it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan. We don't even need to discuss that. Next up is the Cleveland Cavaliers, and again, this one was pretty easy as well, with all due respect to Mark Price and Brad Daugherty, Jim Jones, guys like that. But it's LeBron James, obviously, clearly the greatest.
Guy played there 11 years and won one title.
I know, but how many does this franchise have without him combined?
I don't know. I know they call it the Q. They really should call it the Z for Big Zildjiunas Ilgauskas.
Shout out to Big Z, but yeah,
Shouts out to all the ex-Knicks who win championships in Cleveland. J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Timofey Mozgov, Channing Frye. Like, it's just all ex-Knicks.
It's where the Knicks go to get
rings,
I guess.
Interject for a moment, okay?
Yeah.
I'm like 78% serious when I say this. If the Cavs don't win that title in 2016, obviously so much is different, but I'm talking specifically just about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Is their greatest player Mark Price?
No, it's still LeBron James, bro. Come on, stop.
I mean, he went to 5 finals for them, so that'll do it.
Shout out to Craig
Mark
Elo.
Price had a tough time getting out of that first round.
It would have been 0-5.
But he loved the chair drill, I heard. You know the chair drill, Brockman.
Shout out to sweet Bobby Sura as well.
Bobby Sura went on to marry Emily Ratajkowski.
Wait a minute, what? No, he didn't.
Not true. Inside joke from me and Ben from our phone call last night.
Bobby Sura. What up, Sibo?
All right.
What up, Sibo? All right.
Are we good?
Continue.
All right. So next up, we got the Detroit Pistons, okay? The bad boy era, 2-time NBA champions. Again, this one, a lot of great players in that franchise, but it's Isaiah Thomas.
He is so underrated. He is so hated on, and he's so underappreciated. This man beat the Celtics, Lakers, and Bulls. He played in the NBA Finals on one foot and scored like a gazillion points.
25 points in the third quarter, one of the greatest performances in the history of playoff basketball.
They need a deep dive. I want like a 4-hour Isaiah Thomas documentary about his life growing up in Chicago, entrepreneurship, everything that happened, the good, bad, the ugly with the Knicks, his career with the Pistons. That'd be an amazing documentary.
But why is he slept on? Because he was a terrible GM with the Knicks?
He was left off the dream team. He was a terrible GM, and nobody laughs at their own jokes harder. The guy loves laughing at his own jokes. Like NBA TV, he loves it.
Right.
No, but I think with Isaiah Thomas, it's because of the fact that Michael Jordan, pushed him off the dream team, and he wasn't immortalized on that group. That group was so elevated and so ingrained into our psyche of their greatness, and he was not a part of that. So he will never be looked at as being on that level, which is so messed up.
It's really a shame because Isaiah Thomas, just for you young kids who don't know, and I don't really curse in this, Mike, but I got to say this, Isaiah Thomas would bust your ass. Like, straight up. I mean, the dude was a killer on the basketball court. He went and he stared Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the face. He stared Larry Bird in the face. He stared Magic Johnson in the face while kissing him on the cheek. Doesn't matter, though. Isaiah, and he doesn't get the props that he deserves, Ben, you're right, but Isaiah Thomas was a beast on the basketball court. And I'm telling you what,
32 years old when he retired because of the ankle.
32.
That's crazy.
It's one of the top 5 greatest point guards of all time, and I'll argue that with you all day if you want.
Clyde Drexler probably shouldn't have been on the dream team, right?
No. What? Are you serious?
No, it should have been Isaiah instead of Clyde.
Clyde was a small forward anyway, but no, Clyde, at that point, Clyde Drexler.
At that point, Isaiah Thomas was more accomplished than John Stockton. John Stockton had never been to the NBA Finals.
3, but
92 Stockton compared to 92 Isaiah.
All right, well, let's come back to this because I want to talk about this. Yeah, Indiana Pacers. I got them up next, and it's really quick. Rick Smits was great, but it's Reggie Miller. I mean, come on. Reggie, had the joke about Reggie was he was the only NBA player that wasn't as good as his sister, which, by the way, Cheryl Miller on my Mount Rushmore basketball women might have the top spot on there.
For sure.
But Reggie, one of the greatest shooters of all time, and yet if you were going to teach someone to shoot, you probably wouldn't show Reggie videos because he had that awkward release where his hands like kind of crossed,
clap together.
Reggie in perpetual motion every game. The guy just ran off a screen after screen after
Better
screen.
defender than people give him credit
Better
for.
defender, yeah, and
it's cool. He played his whole career there. And
it is kind of cool. You know, back in
cool,
08, though, there was a thing where he could have come out of retirement to join the Celtics to join that team, and he didn't want to do it. And I kind of wish he would have, because I get that you wanted to stay with the Pacers, but getting that ring, man, that kind of says something. And lastly, this was the toughest one, guys. The Milwaukee Bucks. I went back and forth over this for about an hour yesterday. And, you know, we have Giannis and we have Kareem.
And you got Oscar.
And you got Oscar. But Oscar wasn't there long enough.
Then you got Brandon Jennings, who had a 50-piece game.
Look, Ben, you know, come on. Let's be real here, all right? But I went back and forth between Giannis and Kareem. Giannis and Kareem. And I'll just say this. If Giannis will... 10 years from now, when this list is done, he will be the greatest Milwaukee Buck of all time. But as of today, I got to say, looking at what the man did, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, greatest Milwaukee Buck of all time. You're talking 3-time league MVP, championship, rookie of the year. You know, people always thought Kareem didn't defend, but in his first 5 years, I think he was first or second team all defensive team every year. So...
And
as the years go on, it will be Giannis.
Yes.
But for now, it's Kareem.
And to Giannis's greatness and Kareem, available. I'm looking up Kareem's stats in Milwaukee. Played 82 games, 81, 76, 81. Like, dude was there.
He averaged, I think, 30 and 15 throughout his 6 years there. So it's, I mean, now, Kareem is just...
Yeah, but now Giannis is still writing his legacy, right? And I think with
and like I said, 10 years from now, someone will do this list, and it'll be
some of the moves they made, and the addition of Chris Middleton coming back healthy. I think the Bucks are the favorite to be back in the Eastern.
So yeah, Central Division. We have Michael Jordan, LeBron James.
That was an easy division.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Isaiah Thomas, Reggie Miller, and the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I feel like as we continue on with this list, and we're going to do it every day on the show this week, I feel like some of the teams are going to have some names up for debate as the greatest player of all time.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be chalk like that division.
Yeah, this, I said, I might as well get the easiest one out of the way.
Knicks for sure.
Yeah.
The Knicks for sure? You think?
I mean, there's an obvious Nick answer, and then there's
it depends how you define greatness.
Well, I think an obvious right off the bat. There's a guy
who's the best player for 2 weeks in the history of the Knicks.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Jeremy Lin. That's obvious. That you want me to say Jeremy Lin, but I'm saying
that's on Friday. That's on Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday we're gonna
I
thought I would spare.
I'll hit the Sixers. I'll hit the Celtics. Yeah. I'll hit the Knicks.
Remember, I was talking about how much I love this community and respect all the people who listen to this show because they respect me. So I will save you from 4 days of talking about how no team in the NBA improved their backcourt and front court like the Knicks did this year. We'll save all of that till Friday. Very exciting. They re-signed a draft pick. It doesn't happen. They do that twice. Well, again, we'll save it for Friday.